All right, today we're diving headfirst into the haunting, beautiful, and complicated world of the English patient. This isn't just a story, it's a puzzle made of love, war, and the ghosts that never quite leave us.
Everything, and I mean everything, hinges on this one question. We start with a man who's been so badly burned in a plane crash that he has no name, no past, no face. He's literally a blank slate, a living mystery that everyone around him, and us too, is desperate to solve.
And picture the setting. It's 1945, the war is just staggering to a close, and our whole story unfolds in this bombed-out, crumbling villa in Italy. It's more than just a place, though. It feels like a kind of limbo, a fragile little sanctuary caught between the horrors of the past and a future nobody can see yet.
And who do we find in this ghost of a house? 4 strangers, all thrown together by the chaos of World War II. Every single one of them is carrying their own baggage, their own wounds, and their lives are about to get completely tangled up in the mystery of that man lying in the upstairs room.
So to figure out our patient's big secret, we first have to get to know the people taking care of him. Their stories, you'll see, hold all the keys. First up, we have Hannah. She is a young nurse from Canada who decides to stay behind in this dangerous abandoned villa, all to care for this one man. And her dedication, it's not just about duty. It's a desperate attempt to hold on to some piece of humanity, to save this one person when she couldn't save so many others, including her own father. Then Caravaggio shows up. He's this fascinating character, a thief, who became a spy, and he actually knows Hannah's family. But he's not there for a social call. He's hunting for answers. He was tortured horribly during the war, and even though his body has healed, the scars on the inside are still raw. He thinks he knows the patient, and he believes this man is the key to his own suffering. And then there's Kip. He's a sapper in the British Army, which is a bomb disposal expert. Talk about a high-stress job. He's a Sikh from India, and every single day, his job is to find and disarm the bombs and mines the war left behind. He's this constant, ticking reminder that the danger isn't over. But he also brings this totally different, non-European perspective, and maybe, just maybe, a little bit of hope for the future into this haunted house. Which brings us right back to him, the patient, a body with no identity, a voice with no face. He's cared for by Hannah, interrogated by Caravaggio, and all he has are his morphine shots and a tattered old book of history. The only clues we get are from his own memories, these feverish, broken flashes of his past, and believe me, they're about to unravel everything. See, the key to the patient's identity isn't actually in that Italian villa at all. It's buried deep in his past. To find out who he is, we have to go back in time with him, into his memories of the vast, beautiful, unforgiving desert of North Africa, long before the war began. And here it is, the big reveal. Turns out, the English patient, he isn't even English. He's Count Laszlo Almazy, a Hungarian aristocrat. And he's not a soldier. He's a brilliant mapmaker, an obsessive explorer, who loved the desert because it was a place without all the borders and nationalities that were about to tear the world apart.
So out there in the desert, Almazy meets Catherine Clifton. She's married to one of his colleagues, but the connection between them is immediate and unstoppable. They begin this secret, all-consuming love affair that's as sweeping and dangerous as the desert itself. But when World War II breaks out, their personal betrayals get tangled up in the betrayals between nations. And it all leads to this devastating climax of jealousy, a plane crash, and a tragic promise that ends with Almazy's own fiery destruction.
And that intense passion, that tragedy from the past, it doesn't just stay in the desert. Oh no. It resurfaces years later in that Italian villa as these deep, unhealable wounds. Wounds you can see and wounds you can't.
And this is one of the most powerful ideas in the whole story. You've got Almazy, whose scars are right there for everyone to see. His burns have literally wiped away his identity, making him the perfect symbol for the physical destruction of war. But then you have Caravaggio and Hannah. Their scars are invisible. They're the psychological trauma, the haunting memories, the grief. The book is showing us that war's damage is total. It scars the body, yes, but it also scars the soul.
Okay, so let's peel back another layer here. This story is just packed with meaning, and it uses objects and places as these really powerful metaphors to get at its deeper themes. It's time to look past the plot for a second and see what these symbols are really telling us. Let's break these down. The desert, it's not just sand and heat. It's this wide-open space with no rules, a place where a passionate, dangerous affair can ignite away from society. The maps that Almazy is so obsessed with, they're not just for directions.
They represent knowledge, but also the colonial impulse to own and define the world. The unexploded bombs Kip has to defuse. I mean, that's the trauma of war, literally ticking away, waiting to go off long after the fighting has stopped. And finally, the books Hannah reads aloud. They represent that fragile thread of story and memory that we cling to when the world falls apart.
So why do we still talk about this book? Why does it hit so hard? Well, I think it's because it goes way beyond the history book facts of war and asks these huge questions about who we are when everything we know is stripped away. And here's what it all boils down to. War tries to erase everything. Your identity, your nationality, your personal history. It tries to turn you into a statistic. But what the story argues so beautifully is that war cannot erase memory. It can't destroy love. It suggests that who we are, deep down, isn't defined by a passport or a name on a list, but by the stories we carry inside us. Real survival isn't just about breathing, it's about holding on to that humanity.
Think about it. Official history is written by the winners. It's full of dates and battles and big-picture events. But what really survives the wreckage, what really defines a human life, it's personal memory. It might be messy, it might be flawed, but it's ours.
And that's the question the novel really leaves us with. It's not about armies or nations, it's about you. It's asking, if you lost everything, your home, your name, even the way you look, what's the one story that would be left? What's the story that makes you, you?